Hey guys, this is Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. If you see boobs, you got an issue with boobs, you can just take your way out of the video. It is like 90 degrees in New York. It's super hot and the humidity is like, it feels like 1,000, okay? So I just came out from brunch and I look cute in my little summer dress, some sundress. So if you got a problem with cleavage, get out the video, okay? Anyway, welcome to my channel. My name is Angie, also known as The Light. Subscribe, like this video, like this video, like this video. Share this video if you want to. If it will help somebody, you can do so. If you want to make a love donation to me because you feel I've helped you on your healing journey or I've just helped you any kind of way, please do so. The more bookings I get, the more love donations I get, is the more videos that I create. Why? Because it's a fair energy exchange. YouTube is also a business. Yes, it's where you get free content, but even YouTube makes money from YouTube, okay? Anyway, so if you want to make a booking to have a phone conversation with me, you can do so. It is $15 for 30 minutes, $30 for 1 hour. My cash app is $the light 777. You make your payment first, leave your email. If not, email me at neoangie3000@yahoo.com, and then we'll go from there and how we can book the date and time that's best to conversate. Also, if you don't have Cash App, use my Zelle, or you can use my PayPal, neoangie3000@yahoo.com. I also put this information in the comment section and in the description bar, so you can look there too if you can't pick up my accent or what I'm saying to you. You can do that. Hope everybody is well. I thought I'll just get on here quickly and talk about this story before I forget and before I jump back in the shower because it's hot as hell in New York. Okay, sorry, I might be drinking some water or eating ice on camera. Just letting you know that because I need to cool down. All right, so I briefly want to discuss how narcissists are going to use anything and everything when you part from them to get back in, okay? And your whole relationship with the narc is to evoke all these emotions in you. Why? Because not only is, narcissism a mental illness, is also a spiritual illness, so to say, and they actually get off and they feel energized, empowered by making you feel like crap. Okay, so it's an energy field, it's an energy exchange with them when they can piss you off, tick you off, and have control of you. If a person controls you spiritually and emotionally and mentally, they got you. They don't need to. Your physical body will follow right after. They can get you to feel some kind of way. It's super easy to control you. That's why you see, like, why does she keep staying with him? He's beating her up. Okay, because he has her mentally first and emotionally first, and that is the reason why people stay in these abusive relationships. Okay, so I'm not sure if I've told this story, and I don't want to say which relative this is, just in case they come across this and I don't know, try to sue me for defamation of character or something like that. Okay. So, a lot of you don't know me, but I know, my parents are deceased. I only have one sibling. The step family I grew up with, majority of them are narcissists, or I've gone no contact with them. So, I've been alone for a long, long time. I'm 37, and my parents were dead by the time I was 23. So I've been alone for a long, long time. Okay, but anyway, so with that being said, that could kind of gauge or to let you know where I stand when it comes to family. So back in 2016, I have cysts on my ovaries, so I had to have a surgery done in 2016 on my uterus, basically, because these cysts were causing pain and bleeding and all this different things like that. So I had to get an emergency surgery. I had lost weight. I was bleeding over a couple of months. Keep going back and forth. I had about 2 blood transfusions. I went through a lot in 2016 concerning my uterus, right? And I had this particular I had this particular family member as my next of kin, because the only other living relative that I do have in New York City that lives with me is mentally ill, okay? So they will not be able to be my emergency contact or next of kin if something happens to me, because they're not in their right mind to do so. They are schizophrenic and they don't take medication. So they're very, very ill, especially at this moment in their life, and they will not be able to help me. Okay, I'm actually technically like their guardian at this point. So the only living able-bodied relative, I put them as my emergency contact. So I contacted this individual. It's a guy. I contacted the relative, the male relative, and I said, "Listen, I'm in the hospital and they're going to give me emergency surgery tomorrow." And their response was, "Surgery for what?" That was the response in the text. They didn't try to call me or anything. I'm laying in the ER and just had 3 doctors come over to me and tell me, "Yeah, we're going to give you emergency surgery because we can't keep giving you blood transfusions," basically. So they said, "For what?" I said, "I'm getting surgery on my uterus due to my cyst and my bleeding." They said, "Okay, well, hit me up tomorrow and let me know when you get out of surgery." This is the reaction of narcissists. Narcissists do not give a flying about you, okay? They don't care if you are on your deathbed. They cannot feel for you. They only feel when it's themselves, okay? And for a long time, I didn't realize that this individual was a narc, because this person is a covert narc. And those people were very hard to detect. But this individual is definitely a covert narcissist. Reading those texts, I did feel like crap reading those texts, because I have been there for that particular relative, been there for that relative's children. Whenever something was going on with them, they would call me and text me and say, "Oh my gosh, XYZ is happening. Oh my gosh, this is happening." And the old me, see, before you heal from narcissistic abuse, you always jump to give empathy and sympathy to the narcissist or to other people, right? You're like, "Oh my gosh, what happened? Is everything okay?" That used to be me. Now that I'm healed, I only give to those who give to me, okay? I feel absolutely nothing. I don't feel like I'm cold. I just feel like I can no longer feel for people who don't feel for me, in a sense. Unless it's like you watch the news or you watch social media and you see these things, and it just stirs up emotions in me or something like that. Or a homeless person, I can probably feel more for a homeless person and do more for them than I will ever do for a narc who has been abusive. You get it? It's completely different. It's almost like, I cannot feel anymore for people who cannot feel for me. You get it? Anyway, which is a beautiful place to be, and I wish that for all of you guys, right? So I was laying in the hospital. I had emergency surgery. I was laying up in the hospital by myself for about 2.5 days. I was in the hospital. So the nurse comes to me when they're going to discharge me and say, "Hey, do you want to call that person and see if they can pick you up?" So I did contact the person, and I said, "Hi, do you think you can pick me up? They're going to discharge me today at this particular time." And that person said to me, "Oh no, I can't pick you up. I have to take my grandmother to the bank." to the bank. So you would go take your grandmother to the bank versus picking up somebody who just had surgery. Okay. Yeah. When, it's not that I'm saying that, this particular person's grandmother isn't important, but, that's something that's more of a 1, 2, 3 thing. And, that person is retired and stays at home. It wasn't like an emergency. She could have waited a day or even later on that day, for him to retrieve cash from the bank for her, basically. It was just insanity, and I was just like, oh wow. And I actually ended up taking the bus home. I didn't take an Uber home because I needed to make some stops and go to the drugstore and get certain things, and also, like, buy groceries. Yes, I did this right after my surgery by myself. Okay, not telling y'all this story, I'm just telling you the severity of what I went through, right? So let's travel to 2021. Okay, I no longer, I would say, I don't feel I have a relationship with this particular covert narc. I just keep in touch with them because I want to have a relationship with their children. Okay, so I keep contact because I want to have relationships with their children. And this individual knows by the way I react to them that I don't F with them like I used to. Okay, that was it. That was the last straw for me, because anytime you go under anesthesia, you can die. I could have died on that table. That was my first surgery ever. I never had surgery in my life. And this individual literally didn't care whether I was, dead or alive, pretty much. And that right there gave me a huge slap in the face. It was like, wake the hell up, Angie. This person does not care if you're living. They don't care. They don't care. They can't use you. If they can't get emotions from you and sympathy and nurturing and all that stuff, they can't get favors from you. They can't get opportunities out of you. They do not give a fuck about you. I try not to curse. I'm sorry. They really don't care about you. So I get a text this week, guys, from this particular narc. This long old big old text that says, oh, I just had surgery and this happened. I'm in so much pain and I hope I heal fast. And I'm talking about guys going in with all the works, all the details. So I happened to be having dinner with the guy that I had recently broke up with or whatever, right? Because we're still good friends, whatever. So we were hanging out, we were having dinner, and he's like, what happened? Your face looks like you've seen a ghost. So I tell him, and he was like, oh, I would just tell that person, F them, going in. He's like, I can't believe them, because he knows the history, he knows the story, behind me and this narc. And I was blown away, guys. It's been a while since I've had a narc try to get sympathy or empathy out of me, knowing damn well they don't care if I'm breathing. And this person, they might have texted me at 8 o'clock at night. I think I didn't reply back to them till like maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to let this narc know, like, I don't care. I laid up in that hospital for 2, and it's not about being petty. It's not about being petty. I laid up in that hospital for 2.5 days. I bled for months. Even when I got out the hospital, it took me about a good 2 months to heal, 2 or 3 months to heal completely. But for like a good month, I might have stayed in my house. I ain't gonna lie. And they never brung by food. They never brung by a gallon of water. Nothing. They did not care, guys. And here it is, this narc. And this is what the narc will do. Don't let these narcs will you in. Okay? Don't let them will you in with their sob story and how much pain they're in, because you're that person. You're that empath. You're loving. You care about people. You care about what's going on with them. Don't let them try to use these things to get back or to gauge. You're also trying to see your reaction to see, does he or she care about me? Let me see. He knows. And I said, ouch. Make sure you take it easy, and I hope you heal fast. That's all I wrote. No heart emojis, no nothing. Point blank, simple, left it like that. There's nothing to talk about. The energy you give me is the same amount of energy I will give you. I'm not gonna come out of my character now. Don't come out of your character for these narcs, okay? You don't gotta be evil to them. But give people who love you and who actually show you genuine care and interest and effort, give it to those people. Stop running behind these narcs trying to satisfy a narc because they're not giving you that love and you're caught up in that give and take type of game. Don't get caught up in it. I don't show emotions to people who don't show emotions to me. That was all I needed. We all have a last straw. That was my last straw for that particular narc. When I was laying up in that hospital by myself for 2 days, no one came and brought me food. No one came and brought me water. Even when I got out the hospital and I stayed in my house for a whole month by myself and I couldn't get to the grocery store and stuff like that, and I'm just, I'm thankful for, other people came into my life since 2016 that if I am in those situations, they can help me. But back then, I didn't really have good people in my life like that, believe it or not. I had to cut off 2015, 2016. I might have cut off 20 narcs out of my life, 20 friends or toxic friends. So I was pretty alone back then, but everything happens for a reason, guys. And there's going to be moments where you are going to be alone. You know what I'm saying? You are going to go through these things, and it's going to be harsh because it's God or the universe trying to show you, like, you see, they wasn't shit. You did, you know what I'm saying? You survived without them. See, they're gone and you still surviving. You're still living. It is insulting. It's also very annoying that this particular narc would even think I give a flying about their surgery. I don't wish harm or anything on this person. I don't wish death on this person or sickness or anything. I do hope. I do care for that particular narc, regardless that narc will never, ever, ever be able to love me and care for me the way I deserve, because they can't. Narcs don't have the capacity to do so, capability to do so. But yes, don't get caught up in these sob stories. And I think that's when when you've learned your lesson with the narcissism. That's when that soul tie is gone. You no longer feel anything. You feel for others. You may feel for strangers. When you see something on social media or the news or something like that, that's completely different. Or a movie that may pull at your heartstrings. But you should not be having people who treated you like shit able to pull at your heartstrings after all they've done for you, after all that they have showed you their true character. You should not even have an ounce of sympathy or empathy for them. Pray for them, send them their way, and go no contact with these narcs, okay? So I just wanted to share that story with you. Hopefully it helps you and gives you that reminder. Listen, I don't care. Oh, my cat's drowned. I ain't got no rent money. Oh, my man left me. Oh, my mama kicked me out. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That has nothing to do with you. You got a narc child? Oh, here's some money, but go find an apartment. Give them the resources and let them go on. That's what I would do if it was like a narc child or something like that. Give them the resources and move them along. But yeah, I was really blown away. I was annoyed. I was disgusted. I wasn't mad. I was annoyed. I was disgusted. And it's insulting for somebody to try to provoke why do I keep saying provoke? Evoke, that's the word, these type of emotions out of me when they have none for me. You do not have that part of me anymore. Nope. That loving, nurturing, motherly nature that I have, that's only reserved for people who love me and who nurture me in return. And I hope you do the same. All right, peace and blessings. Don't forget to book, to donate, subscribe, and like this video. Y'all have a great summer. Take care.